What's going on, good people? Stanton Simmons here, representing Simmons and Holmes Financial, aka your favorite tax consultants. So we just here once again to provide you with some free game. All right. Remember, the game is always going to be free, but the implementation definitely sold separately. I just want to go ahead and let y'all know that that's really how this works. And I ain't going to lie to you like these people be doing on these websites, acting like everything they do is going to be for the no money down and all that. No. But this information we're going to give you right now, even if you don't use us, no matter who you go to, no matter who you talk to, if they're a real tax professional and they understand these concepts and you can explain what I'm explaining to you, it's going to help you tremendously when it comes to tax time. How do we know? We've been doing this for almost a decade now. It's 9 years at this point. And I've seen literally almost every situation when it comes to anybody from any walk of life. And in this particular instance, we're going to talk about the contractors. We're going to talk about 1099 workers. Because this particular year, we've seen a number of those people start to really generate income on their own. You know, people are kind of going their own way, doing their freelance thing, you know, the gig economy. It's just, you know, it's wide open right now. So everything's kind of changing. The W-2 is kind of going away. You know, not really, but it's not as prevalent as it once was. So I know there's a lot of you guys out there who are 1099 workers and who probably need some guidance and who probably aren't getting it from any really legitimate source. So we can be that source. And if you want to fact check us at any time, or if you want to discuss anything while on this thread or while I'm doing this discussion, just hit us in the comment box or hit us on the message. Doesn't matter. We can explain anything. Or if you can correct us if we're wrong. Hey, we take all criticisms. All right, let's get into it though. So I got 3 must knows if you are a 1099 or a contract worker. 3. All right. Number 1, do you know all of your options as far as what you are capable of doing if you're a contract worker or a 1099 worker? So you're probably like, what does that even mean, right? They give me my 1099, I go about my business. Well, no, actually you do have opportunities to do different things. One thing that a lot of people do that's not talked about a lot is they form an LLC. You're probably thinking, why would I do that? Well, you're already being treated for tax purposes as a single member LLC out the gate. That's just kind of how that works. Just the way that the laws are structured, and it's not exact, but for the purpose of this instructional video or this information, it's pretty much the same thing. They're using your social security number as your EIN. That's really the only difference. You can still separate your expenses versus your income on a Schedule C or any other business income form, that whatever tax software these people are using. Usually it's a Schedule C, though. If you have rental income, it can be a Schedule E. But I say that to say this. If you just let them tax you and you don't utilize the benefits of claiming things and putting them on an expense report, putting them on a Schedule C profit and loss, you're going to end up owing a whole lot more in taxes. And I'm guaranteeing that, just because it's going to be too difficult for you to remember everything offhand that you purchased. It's going to be too difficult for you to even be able to separate what's business versus personal, as opposed to, let's say you did do this LLC, right? And now you're operating as the contractor in the name of the LLC. You go get you a business bank account. You know, it probably sounds like a lot, but it really could take like 3 days to get all this done, right? You go get you a business bank account. Now, everything that you spend in accordance to your business or in the commission of doing said business dealings, it becomes a write-off now. All you gotta do is swipe the card, and you don't gotta keep a receipt. You have to do anything other than swipe that card for that expense that you know for a fact is something that you spent for that business. Boom, you got a write-off. And now you're helping your AGI, which is your adjusted gross income. Maybe a lot, but ask questions. Look it up. It's a thing. So check this part out. So you got this LLC, right? You're like, okay, well, how does this help me? What do I do? I'm gonna tell you one really, really slick move to pull. So you just create a normal LLC, but you get a skilled tax preparer or somebody who knows the game. I know some people. Anyway, you get some people that know the game, and now you decide and declare, it's one simple form you file. You declare to be taxed as an S corp. What's an S Corp? Don't even matter if you don't know what that is. It's a way that you can form a business entity, doesn't matter, but this is why it helps you. Listen to this part, right? It allows you to pay yourself what is known in IRS terms, a reasonable salary. Notice I'm doing the air quotes for a reason, right? Anytime they're talking about something reasonable with air quotes, that means it's open for interpretation, fully open. So let's say you make easy math for $100,000 doing whatever it is you do. Nurse practitioner, I don't know, you're a chiropractor, I don't know, but you're a contractor of some sort, right? 100K they paid to you. If I'm an LLC operating as an S Corp, from what they paid me, I can pay myself a reasonable salary, which is the only amount that's liable to get taxed at this point. So let's say I paid myself $40,000, easy math, right? I got 60K left, right? If I leave that 60K in my business bank account and I account for the expenses as well from that business bank account, that's going to significantly drop my AGI from what started at 100K, right? That's what you made. So we're not talking about your exemptions and all that good stuff. We ain't going to go into that hard math. But for the purpose of this, you started out with 100K, you paid yourself 40, right? You had 60 left over, left it in your bank account. Uncle Sam doesn't tax you as earned income on that money. And you can also get the claim from whatever you spent of that money throughout the tax season, throughout the year for expenses, whatever you needed for your business, you can now claim that. Now it looks a whole lot different when you come to the table tax time, as opposed to letting Uncle Sam tax 100,000 of your dollars. He maybe only taxes 30,000, 40,000, right? Plus whatever exemptions you already have, because however you file, whether you married, filing jointly, whether you're head of household, single, doesn't matter. All of those things have a certain amount of exemption that also lowers your AGI just straight off the top of the cup. All right. So that's a really important thing. And if you really don't understand, we can explain it more. I can maybe even do a whole nother video just explaining this part. So tell me if I need to do that. That's okay. Because you need to understand this information, because these options are really, really important. All right. Like, I'm serious. It can be the reason why you end up owing money, or the reason why the IRS ends up giving you a refund, or the reason why you don't owe as much money. The reason why you have more cash flow in your said operating account. I mean, this is how the big boys play. So you might as well start operating that way from the jump. It's just the best way to do it. But I digress. We're going to go to number 2. Do you know what you need to be able to claim your expenses? Do you know what you need? I know you're probably like, what does that mean, right? I just show up, I tell them what I did. They might ask me a couple questions. I'm talking about your tax preparer. And then, you get the verdict, right? No, I'm talking about a way that you can take control and kind of be able to even understand and maybe even map out what your tax bill is going to look like. I'm talking about you owning and controlling how much you end up paying Uncle Sam by annotating, by creating a ledger. All you need is a notebook, man. If you ain't got nothing else, all you need is a notebook where you date and you mark down everything that you purchase, and you just write it in this book. And if you have the bank account like we discussed earlier, it makes it even easier. Now you got a written record plus that digital record, which really the digital record is all you actually need. We'll go back to that later. But that's all you really, really need, is that ledger saying that, hey, I bought this, I paid for this, and I have a date right there. And if they can draw, you already know what account you took it from, you can point to it, this, that, and the third. It makes the audit, if there ever is one, super easy to defeat. All right, super easy. It's just a very, very simple concept that most people don't understand, and they get caught up. You can also use more powerful tools. They have tools like QuickBooks. There's just several little platforms that you can use that are accounting software. All right. It's all type of apps that you can get on, the Play Store, whether that be Google or Android. They got Zoho, I believe, is another one that you can use. All you have to do is input the information and it just tracks it. Color Note is a good one that I always advise people to use. It's really simple. It's not even like accounting software. It's just literally a notebook that is in your phone, and you just write down, hey, on March 24th, I paid for this. On March 25th, this bill came, I paid for it out of the business bank account, whoop-de-whoop. And now you're just bulletproof when it comes to any kind of an audit, any kind of an issue. You've clearly made your case, and it's concise, and nobody can really challenge you on that. And if they decide they want to, you're not worried about it at all. It just helps you sleep well at night. It helps everybody sleep well at night when they're understanding the integrity of the financial system that they put in place. And when you know what you're doing, when you understand what it is that you're supposed to be doing as it pertains to taxes, the whole idea of being stressed about it becomes almost ridiculous. It becomes a moot point. So if you take control of things, like I'm trying to get you to right now with this tactic, I think you'll be stress-free. 3, let's go to number 3. All right, so what actually can be claimed? I know you're probably like, all right, Stanton, you keep talking about all these things that I can do, but I don't know what to actually do or what to actually say is a claim, right? So by IRS definition, this is how the IRS rules can help you. Let's say it better. You can claim any expense that is related in any form or fashion to the commission of your business or your job if you're a 1099 worker. So let's get creative, or let's just be real. If they're requiring you to wear a uniform, you paid for it. That's an expense claimed. You have to drive there. Mileage, gas, all that stuff claimed. They have to call you on the phone if they want to get you to do anything to show up, whatever the case is. Maybe you on standby, I don't know. But if you can't do that job without your phone, now your utility bill has now became a write-off. You see where I'm going with this? If you're doing any kind of advertising, whatever the case is, if maybe you got to book appointments through some web app, so now your internet bill is a write-off. Let's say you're doing work out of your own home, right? You're taking work home, and you're only using 20% of your house. 20% of your home now becomes a home office deduction if you're using it exclusively for work. There's just so many things you can use this for, so many things that you can utilize to your advantage that will gradually lower your tax bill, as long as you remain diligent in annotating and applying, and don't be afraid to take deductions that are perfectly reasonable and that are actually legally obligated to you, legally obliged to you. Stop giving Uncle Sam more of your money. It makes no sense. He already has billions and trillions of dollars that he has at his disposal. So I don't understand why you would want to do that. If it was me, and it is me, because I'm in the same predicament as a lot of you guys. I'm an entrepreneur. I try to make sure that Uncle Sam don't get a dime more than what he's supposed to get from me. And anybody who I represent, anybody who we represent, we're going to make sure you pay your fair share only. Exclusively your fair share. Nobody else's. No one else's. It's really that simple. If you take advantage and understand how the tax laws are supposed to work, and now you act accordingly, you follow the blueprint, you follow the guidebooks, you follow a guide, maybe a company that can help you. I'm not even saying us, anybody. Find somebody who's knowledgeable and who's not working for the IRS. They're working for you, with the IRS, within the guidelines and the rules. Not anybody that's trying to fake them and get you all these extra checks and all these extra refunds that you don't deserve. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the schemers and the scammers. That's not what we're in the business of doing, and I don't advocate for any of that. What I am saying, though, is that if people are knowledgeable and understand your situation and can make it work and help you, which is what I'm trying to get you to understand right now, if they can do that, those are the people you should entrust. Those are the people that you should put into position to help you during the tax time, during the whole year, so that when tax time does come, you feel fully aware and you feel vindicated in who you've chosen to represent you, because your situation is going to be all the way under control. And that's what we always aim for. We're going to control our narrative. All right. And that's what we do at Simmons & Host Financial. Come holler at us if you got questions. But remember what I said earlier. If you want us to implement anything, that part's not free. All right. We will discuss pricing, and we will definitely be able to help as many people as we can. But please understand, We are here to help, regardless. All right, y'all take care, and we'll definitely be back with some more free game as much as we can momentarily. So stay tuned, baby.